Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Just bear in mind, I am traveling. Disregard the background for the moment. The video quality is pretty poor, but I have my microphone with me, so we should be all good. Hopefully you can hear me loud and clear. So we're going to take a look at Optimism, OP, kind of see what's going on, and a lot of people are optimistic because it's going up. We want to find out if that optimism will continue. So we'll take a look at some the Fibonacci retracement levels currently. These should still be sufficient because I do see some identification there at the 272 and 414 mark, but we'll reevaluate if we need to and draw out some new stuff if necessary. But for now, it's continuing to run, doing very well. And I hope that you learned something here today. So if you want to become a better trader, just know I have a trading academy, community, and signal group. I do love teaching people how to trade. I've been doing it for a very long time, 17 years, and then some. And it's been a rewarding experience. So thank you all to my community members for just being awesome parts of my life. We took some nice profits here on BNB at 98%, and so your Bitcoin for another 28%. And I also want to shout out really quick to Zach Q for just being an amazing community member. He is our current community member of the month. Got his 250 USDT, and just more importantly, the recognition that he deserves. He's an awesome trader. Keep up the good work. Super proud of you. Speaking of awesome traders, take a look at some of these guys here. D-Tech coming in here with an IMX and SFP trade here for both long 25Xs. We can see Alexandru as well, one of my admins here, he loves to short. He's shorting Harmony 1 and BNB. Makes sense, he likes his pullbacks. Either way, keep up the good work, everyone, and we're all using really awesome exchanges, Bitget and Bybit, link down below. Recommend using Bitget and or Bybit because they both provide opportunities for better trading. Okay, you do need a VPN, of course, but they're generally just really awesome. And Bybit, I recently affiliated with them because we actually have Cornix, automated Cornix trades. So we actually have competitions based on that, and you can literally auto follow and qualify. It's super cool. So really happy to be able to provide that to my community. Thank you again to those exchanges and of course ExpressVPN. So when it comes to OP, what do we do here next? Well, we want to take a look at just some standard indicators and kind of go from there, right? So we can already acknowledge that inflation wasn't as much as it was, I think it was expected to be at 0.25 basis points, but it's also lower than, just in general what could have happened, right? So a lot of coins are surging like this, including traditional markets. NASDAQ is up 3.5%. It's a pretty strong day for NASDAQ. So those things are all factoring positively here. Let's see how that plays out in the chart. So we can see we're above 70 in the RSI, implying that right here, this 272 mark, the $2.69 is a round number, is effectively going to be a support level moving forward. The reason why is because you can see it kind of came down and tested that level today and bounced it up. We'll see on smaller time frames what I'm talking about, but that's always a tried and true price discovery situation where the price surges into a new area and of course continues higher. And just speaking of price discovery, we got our ICO date back in June of 22. We got the retest here in August. Cup and handle failed, right? We did not get that complete handle pattern. Okay, so it's kind of a really long handle, if you will. Just kidding. But generally speaking, retest this level. You can see it wicked up multiple times. Finally broke above and consolidated in the last 2 days, coincidentally, right there when the inflation, the basis points were lower than it could have been. We can see the price actually shooting very, very high. So that being said, when it comes to situations like this, that's what price discovery looks like. Okay. That really just implies that this should be the new support zone, the $2.25 range, but also 269 should also be the first support level. We'll see here really quick. You can see price broke above, consolidated here nicely, and continued higher. So those things being said, this right here at 272, once again, $2.69, that should be a new support level. So the price were to pull back, we can see a bounce there more than likely. Taking a look at overextension, if there is any, we can see we are overextended here. So a pullback would make sense because we are what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 4-hour candles into this continuation. So we're about 28 hours into overtime, really just implying that we shouldn't be up in this area unless we have the volume to back it up. Now you can see here, we do have a little bit more volume, but not a tremendous amount to sustain this price action. So to me, I feel like we should see a pullback just based on that sentiment. Because again, we're up over 70 on the RSI. Anytime you see 70 on the RSI, the price will typically pull back on the 4-hour more specifically. Daily, it can hang out there for a while, but on the 4-hour, it's one of those situations where it's definitely needing to pull back. Okay, so that's kind of where we're at there. Let's go ahead and quickly summarize here on the hourly before my battery dies. I apologize. And what we want to look at here is, of course, the Ichimoku cloud, which kind of tells us all green lights for keeping a long position open. So I'm not telling you to sell your position or take a short. Just saying that a pullback would make sense in the relative near future because even though we keep legging up through these key level resistances based on Fibonacci, the price is due to pull back. And if it comes up to 0.618, right there at $3.25, we're absolutely going to see a pullback, because that's a very strong support and resistance zone in general. So anytime you see that, that is essentially the case. All right. So for lack of better terms here, OP is very good. I'm optimistic on a further upside, but it would make more sense if we see a pullback in the immediate future. So if you are planning to short with tight targets to ensure you don't get wrecked, use isolated versus cross margin if you're going to be using leverage, and just make sure that you are ultimately very careful. But once again, this could run for a third day to fulfill that 3 white soldiers. If it were to, I feel like $3.25 is the highest point in which it'll go in the immediate future. So if you're going to do a short closer to 325 would be appropriate, but there's no guarantees it's going to come up to that level. Again, kind of a gamble here, and I don't like to trade gambles. I like to wait. So to me, I would wait for 2.269 and kind of go from there. So I'm just going to set an alert, see what it looks like when it comes back down, and go from there. All right. So hopefully this made sense and I described this correctly. Thank you so much for watching. Look forward to working with you if you want to become a better trader again. CryptoCash.tech is a site, link down below. Have a fantastic rest of your day. We'll see you in the next one.